reality to be focused on me. I'm on TV. I am a Vidiot.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Vidiot on Demand. My name is Philip Williams, and today we're going to talk about something a little strange. Okay, for those of you who are unaware, apparently the news came out that they're going to be working on a new Pink Panther movie. But it's also not quite exactly what you think. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, please sit down and watch yourself some awesome Pink Panther movies. And I'm talking about the ones that started in 1962, starring none other than Peter Sellers. There's a few of the sequels that get actually better than what it started off as. But bottom line, everybody can enjoy this character of Inspector Clouseau.
We must find that woman.
For those of you who don't know, like, what is the Pink Panther? How does Clouseau fit in? All right, let's start this from the very beginning. In the first movie, the Pink Panther is literally just name of the diamond, and they say if you hold it up in the light, you can see a Pink Panther. And that's why they called it. There was like an imperfection in the jewel. The Phantom, that he calls himself, and he's a famous jewel thief played by David Nevin in the first movie. The whole thing is basically, like I said, it's an ensemble comedy where you have, oh, this is that character that does this, and this is that character that does this. And the only real joke that the character of Inspector Clouseau had was that he was the officer in charge of trying to find the person who stole the diamond, and not knowing that his wife was literally the one in cahoots with the person who did it. So spoilers for a movie from 1962. Sorry about that. But it's still worth a watch because there's a lot of fun moments that, quite frankly, the character of Clouseau elevates because of the portrayal of Peter Sellers. That's just the first movie. The second film is called A Shot in the Dark. Oh my gosh. The best thing about A Shot in the Dark is how it genuinely gets kind of suspenseful. There's a killer out to kill him, and he has no idea. And the joke, of course, is by sheer luck, he always manages to kind of get through. There was a scene where he is at this like performance. You see somewhere there's a gun that's pointing out, and it's really suspenseful. And I'm gonna go on a limb. And say that my favorite of all of the Inspector Clouseau franchise, the Pink Panther movies, is Return of the Pink Panther. The gags in that are absolutely phenomenal. They have so many great jokes. And here's my hot take, folks. The best portrayal of the Phantom, Christopher Plummer. That's right. David Nevin, take a hike. Sadly, Peter Sellers passed away in the middle of filming yet another Clouseau film. And then they even tried to do another movie simply called Inspector Clouseau, I think, with Alan Arkin, I believe. None of this makes sense to anybody under 25, but basically they had this opening animation in every one of the Inspector Clouseau films, especially the ones that actually had Pink Panther in the title, where he would be kind of doing some funny gags, and it's just a like credit sequence, basically. It was really fun. Of course, he became like a fan favorite, and people wanted his own cartoons, which he got. And he did star in a lot of different cartoons throughout the 60s, I think 70s. I remember in the 90s he did, and I think not too long ago he had something. I don't know how long ago, but I do remember there were some new Pink Panther stuff, like Pink Panther and Pals or something like that. I was more of a Clouseau guy. I liked that angle on it, and I enjoy the character of Pink Panther, but to me, it was like always the movies. It wasn't really the cartoon. That's just me. Oh, here comes the news. This is the news that has just dropped as of this recording, and it's a very strange thing where he's one of the writers of Bad Boys for Life, and the director of Sonic the Hedgehog is teaming up to make this new movie, and they're going to borrow heavily from the setup of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, i.e. an animated character in the real world. And apparently the setup is that there is going to be a detective character. I don't know if they mentioned that it is Clouseau, but they have a detective character who, for some reason, has like an imaginary friend that he can see, and it's the Pink Panther. And he's going to help him solve the case on how to get... Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, I understand 2020 has been rough on all of us, right? For many people, the last movie they saw in theaters before the pandemic hit was either Sonic the Hedgehog or Bad Boys for Life. Don't get me wrong, those movies are good for what they are. I enjoy them, but I'm saying, had the world continued on in the parallel universe where a pandemic didn't break out, I don't know if those would be as successful. You know what I mean? I mean, does that make sense? I'm not knocking it, because like I said, it's going to take me actually seeing the movie to know whether or not it's a good idea or not. I hope that they don't lean too much on the kid-friendly angle. And apparently the Pink Panther is not going to talk. So it's like he keeps true to his character in the sense that he doesn't talk. Because I know in some of the cartoons he did talk, and it was a little distracting. I remember thinking, this is weird. Why is he talking? Like, he had a whole career before, like, the 90s where he didn't talk, and he didn't sound like Matt Frewer. Why do I know this? Why do I know this? What do you guys think? Is this a good idea? Having a Clouseau-esque character and the actual Pink Panther in a movie where they're interacting in the real world. Is that good? Is that bad? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm curious, because honestly, I definitely take a look. But if the trailers were any indication that it was like, I probably might skip it. Also, it depends on who they cast as the detective. Like, for example, if they're going, look, we know Peter Sellers is amazing because we tried with Steve Martin and yikes. I mean, we got 2 movies out of it, but it wasn't the same. So we can recognize as a culture that there's only one person who can play it, and he died a long time ago. So either they go for, let's cast a young black woman, they're all free to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had nothing against it, especially if they're going to go as far away from the Clouseau character as possible. Then just do basically, Sonic the Hedgehog again. But, and this is a big fat but, if they're trying to really capitalize on both sides of the same franchise, then they really need to get an actor that portrays the Clouseau-ness of it all. And you gotta get someone who is amazing. Literally, there's only one person off the top of my head that I can think of, and it's not somebody who's famous and who you would know. It's a person I know from my real life, who I've met, and I have been on the same stage as him. I performed with him, and it's one of those things where I can see that he is so magical in everything he does that I'm like, he has the spirit of a Peter Sellers. And I think that he could pull it off. And he's also from Sri Lanka, so we got diversity there. I'm pretty sure people would hate that, but I don't care. I honestly, if they knew the genius that he has, I'll put a picture of him right here. This is the guy I'm talking about. Daniel, you're the best. If there's other actors out there that you think are perfect for that role, let me know. I'm really curious. Here's another wild idea. So I was actually thinking, because I'm such a nerd for the Pink Panther that I actually this is embarrassing, I started coming up with what I think a sequel should be. They had Pink Panther, Return of the Pink Panther. They had the Pink Panther Strikes Again. So as a joke and a weird nod to the titling scheme that they've had in the franchise so far that is similar to the Star Wars, I was literally thinking of, well, you should make a movie called Attack of the Pink Panther. Hear me out. And the idea, granted, if we find the actor that's perfect for the Clouseau part, but the script would be about what if somebody steals the Pink Panther diamond. They're in this luxury hotel, right? And they're at the same hotel that Clouseau is staying at. And through some crazy mix-up, the person who stole it realizes, wait a minute, I can't be caught with this. I'm going to slip it on to Clouseau, who doesn't know he has it. And for a good chunk of the movie, a lot of different like thieves and assassins are trying to get Clouseau. These assassins are just killing each other, which was a great gag. But then I genuinely also want like there to be a few suspenseful bits like shot in the dark and have a mystery that kind of works. So it would be fun to have like Hercule back as his straight man who's just like, good gosh, and that sort of thing. And of course, Herbert Lom's character, the chief, who's just going insane, has to be a part of it. And I would love there to be another gag with the globe. I'm going to stop talking now. I feel like I've gone on long enough about the Pink Panther. I'm going to edit this and try to put it out as fast as possible so this won't be lost in the algorithm. If you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe, share, comment, do all the YouTube things. Make sure that you hit the bell notification. I don't know where that is. And yeah, tell your friends. Bye-bye. Bye. I gotta go.